For the past 6 years, I did something called the Mr. Code Contributor Awards, which was essentially a way to celebrate some really talented and excellent web show creators. There were nominations, and viewers could vote, and an award show. It was fun to put together each year, and there is a playlist on my channel where you can watch all of them. This year I've decided to do something different. No nominations, no voting, no categories. Instead, I want to give these folks the attention they deserve in this shout-out special. And with YouTube having again changed their system, which now does a disservice to smaller video makers, I feel this is the best time to do this and celebrate these folks, all of whom are equally talented in their own ways. Let's start with Joe Tedesco's CartoonPalooza. There are many an animation review on YouTube, and I think Joey might be the most underappreciated and underrated. I assume this is because his videos are not hour-long rants about the evils of Teen Titans Go, and are instead interesting analysis on the themes and ideas featured in animated productions. His videos are properly concise, never feeling unnecessarily overlong. One particularly interesting one was his video on DreamWorks Trolls, where he took aim at what he felt was a harmful message to send to the young audience. His positive videos are also a delight, especially a few he did on a couple of animated Spider-Man projects. Another great animation reviewer is The Animated Heroine. Her principal series is Real vs. Real, which compares similarly related animated films. Not surprisingly, I really dug the Epic vs. Ferngully one. Her On the Rack series is a fun blind look at animated films one might find in the bargain bin, like that animated special Sean Connery was in for some reason. Funny, insightful, and genuinely interesting, and like Joey, I'm not sure why she does not have more subscribers. It's a puzzle to me. Then there's Cinephile Studios, whose main show is Home Media Theater, which takes a humorous and unique look at the creation of movies. Right now, he's chronologically going through the Marvel film adaptations. No, not just the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm talking about the likes of Howard the Duck and the 1990 film version of Captain America. They're wonderfully insightful, rewatchable, and I think it stands out among movie review shows. He's also going through 200 public domain horror films, and you can count on him to see the latest releases. He's just a little short under 1,000 subscribers, and I think that's criminal. Happy Dragon Pictures has the excellent DVD shelf, which presents almost documentary-like looks at the makings of some of your favorite films. And as the host David Rose always says in the opening, it's
where movies are celebrated, not incinerated.
I find that's really refreshing. A particularly excellent subject he talked about were movies filmed in Hawaii. That's a great one to start with. I also really enjoyed his video counting down the top 10 best Batman animated movies. His pal Andy Snyder, meanwhile, has a show looking at foreign language films, which is just as entertaining and informative. Another wonderful series features the theme park hijinks of some jerk with a camera. Watching his videos is like going to Disney World or Universal Studios for a really funny tag-along who tells you all about the history of the many attractions, while throwing in some Weird Al Yankovic references for good measure. The editing, location work, and writing, all excellently put together. I find myself frequently rewatching his videos because of how entertaining and rewarding they are. And as we await the next season of Some Jerk with a Camera, he provides some lovely bonus videos too. His One Movie Later series, where he talks about the newest theme park related movie releases of his pals, is also a lot of fun, and his Save the Parks nicely touches on recent theme park news. While he mostly focuses on the Disney and Universal parks, he did put together a hilarious video on visiting Knott's Berry Farm. Tony is one of the funniest and smartest people I've ever seen on the internet. I genuinely mean that. Oh, and his fellow theme park buddies, Doggins and Spazmaster, are worth watching and subscribing to as well. All their videos are spectacularly produced. Another colleague of Tony's is Ryan Hipp, whose videos definitely stand out in their uniqueness. He somehow makes that sort of random humor work, mainly because there is some method behind the madness. Whether he's commenting on current popular culture or just filming his shenanigans, there's definitely some entertainment value and amusing comedy to be had with Ryan's videos. I know South Jersey Sam only made one video last year, but I think you should still subscribe to him, because he does make some really good content. He's done some entertaining videos on the Five Nights at Freddy's games, and even a really good retrospective on the America Sings attraction at Disneyland. I also highly recommend his countdown of Riff Trax' best Christmas riffs. Then we have Hymitude. His most notable series is From Pages to Pictures, where he compares books to their film adaptations, and it's a fascinating peek that goes into the many changes made to source material when it hits the screen. He did an excellent look at 3 Chris von Allsburg adaptations, and I somehow find myself watching his retrospective of Christmas Carol adaptations every year. His work is not limited to From Pages to Pictures, as he always does something fun on Halloween. And to celebrate the release of the new DuckTales television series, he made an entertaining cover of the theme song. A video game reviewer worth checking out is Sonic Guru. As his username suggests, the large majority of his videos are Sonic the Hedgehog related and are genuinely insightful looks into that franchise. In addition to his reviews, he also makes playthrough videos, commentaries, and podcast discussions related to video games, though yes, mostly Sonic. Even as somebody who's more casual about Sonic, I think these provide interesting listens and a peek into somebody's thoughts on how the property is evolving. Then there is Animat. I think most of you probably know who he is, so I mainly want to acknowledge his animation look back. His most recent one was a particularly good retrospective and history of Cartoon Network, featuring many facts I myself was not aware of. I think it's clear the extensive research that goes into those, and he managed to pull you through a studio's ups and downs and so forth. Another well-known animation reviewer is Huey Tune of Huey's Animated Movie Reviews, who provides solid overview on the animated films he looks over. Sometimes he goes heavy in detail, or when it's a new release, he provides enough information to give you an idea of who the production team is and the overall effort put into it. There's a laid-back quality to his reviews that I think makes them worth watching. And finally, this is definitely the most well-known video maker I'm giving a shout-out to, and that's Pan Pizza. He's definitely one of the more popular animation reviewers on YouTube, and for good reason. The amount of research he puts into his subject is amazing, right down to going right to the source. His lists are particularly excellent with a wide variety of subjects, from one that gives an explanation account for why certain animation errors happen, to one about obscure Cartoon Network shows. Of his recent videos, you have to see his one about Dougal, and also an excellent editorial on how Rugrats was partially responsible for studios investing less in hand-drawn animated features. So that concludes this shout-out special. I'll be including links to their YouTube channels in the description. Give them a perusal, subscribe to them, and I hope they appreciate the free advertising. I'll see you next time.